The invisible architects. Imagine walking through a city that rearranges itself based on your desires. Streets seem to bend toward what you love. Billboards whisper your interests. The cafes you pass echo your taste in music. You meet people who share your views, your humor, even your anxieties. It feels like magic, but it's not. It's math. The invisible infrastructure behind this magic is made of code, algorithms, quietly learning what keeps you engaged, what stirs emotion, what makes you stay. They are the silent city planners of your digital life, laying out the pathways of your attention. An algorithm, at its simplest, is a recipe, a set of instructions that tells a computer how to solve a problem. If this, then that. Straightforward. But today's algorithms don't just follow steps. They learn, they adapt, they evolve. Every action you take online, every like, pause, replay, or skip is data. The more you interact, the more the system knows you. It doesn't just know what you clicked. It knows how long you hovered, whether you watched with sound on or off, whether you scrolled back for a second look. YouTube's recommendation engine decides what billions of people watch each day. TikTok's For You page doesn't just entertain. It studies behavior at a microscopic level. Instagram's feed predicts which image will make you linger a second longer. Netflix learns your moods better than your friends do. These systems are not just showing you the world. They're constructing the world you see. At first, that sounds harmless, even helpful. You get what you like. The noise of irrelevant information fades away. But something deeper happens over time. As the algorithm becomes more accurate, your world becomes smaller. You stop discovering. You start being fed. The platforms no longer wait for you to search. They anticipate. They push content before you even know you want it. You are no longer the seeker. Information is seeking you. Its convenience at a cost. The slow erosion of unpredictability. The serendipity of stumbling upon something alien, something challenging, fades. The line between free choice and algorithmic persuasion begins to blur. Are you choosing what to consume? Or are you being guided toward it by a system designed to keep you comfortable and engaged? That is the paradox of the algorithmic age. We are more informed than ever, and yet more confined than we realize. To see just how deep this goes, we must look at what the system learns from us, and what kind of mirror it builds in return. The mirror that learns. Every time you open your phone, you feed a reflection. It's not made of glass, but of data. It watches you, learns from you, and grows sharper with every gesture. This reflection isn't you exactly. It's a simulation built from everything you've done online. Machine learning algorithms create a digital model of who you are. They track patterns in your actions, forming predictions about your next move, what you'll buy, what you'll watch, what you'll believe. At first, these reflections are crude. They start as rough outlines, age, location, interests. But over time, with every digital heartbeat, the model deepens. It learns how you behave, not just what you do. It studies hesitation, curiosity, avoidance. It learns what keeps your eyes open and what makes you turn away. This data isn't sitting in one place. It's distributed across platforms, devices, and networks, all feeding into machine learning systems that thrive on pattern recognition. These systems don't just predict. They create probability maps of your identity. They estimate not only what you're likely to do, but who you are becoming. This is how the mirror that learns operates. It's not reflective. It's predictive. The strange thing is, the digital version of you often behaves more consistently than you do. You might wake up one morning wanting something new, but the algorithm knows your routines better than your conscious self. It notices you crave calm music on Mondays, nostalgic videos on Fridays, and political outrage late at night. Over time, it starts predicting your desires before you feel them, but the reflection it builds is optimized for engagement, not authenticity. It's not you. It's a version of you designed to click, to scroll, to react. The danger isn't that the algorithm knows you too little. It's that it knows you too well. When it predicts your thoughts, it begins to guide them. When it anticipates your curiosity, it subtly shapes it. The digital mirror becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more it shows you what you already like, the more your preferences calcify. You stop expanding. You start orbiting yourself. You might think you're exploring the world through your screen. In truth, the world is exploring you and feeding back a reflection that's been engineered to keep you looking. And while you gaze at it, the algorithm is still watching, still learning. To understand how this reflection influences not just individuals, but entire societies, we must turn to the systems that control what information rises to the surface and what vanishes beneath the noise. The hidden gatekeepers behind every search, every feed, every trending topic lies a decision, not by a human editor, but by an algorithmic gatekeeper. When you type something into Google, thousands of potential results are evaluated in milliseconds. A ranking system decides what to show first, what to hide, and how to phrase it. The same happens on social media. Out of millions of posts, only a few appear before your eyes. These systems optimize for engagement, relevance, and retention. In practice, that means what keeps you scrolling. In older times, gatekeepers were editors, publishers, curators, humans with biases, yes, but also with accountability. Now the gatekeepers are code, operating at scales and speeds no human can match. They don't judge content for truth. They judge it for performance. If outrage keeps you looking, outrage rises. If humor spreads faster than nuance, nuance disappears. If a headline makes you click, it doesn't matter whether it's true, it wins. The result is an information landscape that bends to emotion, not accuracy. You and another person can search the same word and receive entirely different realities. What appears true is filtered through personal relevance. This fragmentation of truth leads to the collapse of shared reality. When everyone lives in a personalized feed, collective understanding becomes impossible. We don't disagree about facts. We disagree about which facts exist. The hidden gatekeepers have turned the public square into a hall of mirrors. The algorithmic systems behind this are not malicious. They are efficient. But efficiency has consequences. When billions of people depend on systems that optimize for attention, society itself begins to reorganize around that metric. What we discuss, what we believe, even what we fear, all shaped by invisible preferences embedded in code. And yet, these systems don't just reflect society. They mold it. The more they learn about human psychology, the more they nudge us toward predictable patterns. The next stage in this evolution is not just about filtering what we see, but reinforcing what we believe. The feedback loop of belief. Imagine standing in a canyon and shouting your opinion. The walls echo it back, not once, but louder, clearer, until it sounds like a chorus. That's what it's like to exist online today. Algorithms amplify what engages us, and engagement thrives on affirmation. The moment you interact with a piece of content, a video, a post, an idea, the system takes note. It assumes you like it, and so it feeds you more of it. You click once on a conspiracy theory, and suddenly your recommendations tilt toward that worldview. You watch one meditation clip, and you're ushered into an entire culture of mindfulness. Each click becomes a vote, each view a reinforcement. The algorithm learns. More like this. In a short time, the feed becomes an echo chamber. You're no longer surrounded by the full spectrum of thought. You're surrounded by reflections of your own. This feedback loop rewards emotional intensity. Calm debate doesn't spread. Outrage does. The algorithm doesn't know truth. It only knows traction. And traction often comes from anger, fear, or tribal pride. Over time, reality itself begins to warp. Visibility becomes validation. If enough people share it, it must be real. This is the digital psychology of belief formation. The transformation of popularity into credibility. The echo chamber is comfortable. It confirms your identity. It rewards you for belonging, but it also isolates you from complexity. It turns the internet from a library into a hall of mirrors. We think we are exploring ideas, but often we are just exploring ourselves. The longer the feedback loop runs, the more predictable we become. Our beliefs harden, our feeds narrow, our patience for difference erodes. The algorithm doesn't silence opposing views outright. It simply hides them beneath layers of "you might also like." And as this happens across millions of users, the social consequences compound. Societies fragment. Nuance disappears. Misinformation spreads faster than correction. The digital sphere becomes less a place of discovery and more a battlefield of affirmation. It's not that we've stopped thinking. It's that our thinking has been optimized for engagement. But the loop doesn't end there. The newest generation of algorithms doesn't just amplify existing content. It creates new content entirely. The synthetic mind. The algorithm is no longer just a mirror. It's becoming a mind. Generative AI marks a turning point. These systems don't just recommend. They invent. They can write essays, compose music, draw portraits, design products, even simulate personalities. What once required human creativity can now be performed by predictive computation. Systems like ChatGPT, DALL-E, and Midjourney don't understand the world as we do. They don't think or feel. They analyze vast patterns in human data, language, imagery, rhythm, and generate something statistically plausible yet strikingly human-like. The result: machines that can mimic our voice, our art, our reasoning. At first, this seems like progress, a new renaissance of creativity, accessible to all. But beneath the wonder lies a deeper shift. We're no longer distinguishing between what's made by us and what's made for us. When AI begins to generate news, art, and stories indistinguishable from human creation, the boundary between authentic and artificial dissolves. The implications are profound. Who authored your opinions, your dreams, your sense of the future? When algorithms generate the stories we consume and the information we trust, they become unseen authors of our collective imagination. The synthetic mind doesn't just reflect our culture. It manufactures it. It learns from our language, absorbs our biases, and reproduces them at scale. It can simulate empathy, persuasion, even love. It can produce infinite realities faster than we can verify one truth. And so, the challenge of the next decade won't be how to make machines more human. It will be how to stay human in the presence of machines that perfectly imitate us. The question is no longer, can AI think? It's, can we still think freely within an AI-shaped reality? Perhaps the final question isn't how to escape the algorithmic world, but how to awaken within it. These systems are not evil. They're extensions of human desire, our longing for understanding, prediction, and control. We built them to manage chaos, to simplify complexity. But in doing so, we surrendered parts of ourselves, our unpredictability, our curiosity, our friction with the unknown. To live consciously now means to recognize when the code is speaking through us. To ask, is this choice mine or the system's? The solution isn't disconnection. It's awareness. To see the strings doesn't mean you must cut them, but you must know they exist. The future will not be decided by whether algorithms rule us, but by whether we remember that we made them. Because behind every line of code, every neural network, every invisible algorithm, there remains a profoundly human fingerprint, the desire to make sense of the world. The danger is not that the machines will wake up. The danger is that we won't.